Today on CCX News, what's being called the Quad-Demic, how flu, COVID, norovirus, and RSV cases are impacting local clinics and hospitals. A Brooklyn Park physician says emergency rooms are booked up right now with long wait times. RSV and coronavirus numbers are at their typically higher rates for the wintertime, but influenza is up, and so is norovirus, which appears as a stomach bug.
The rates of outbreaks and cases are almost double what they are in a typical year at this time. So they're pretty high for norovirus.
Dr. Eric Anderson, who sees patients at the Brooklyn Park Hennepin Healthcare Clinic, said this rise in infections is common. To protect yourself and others, Anderson recommends awareness, and if you feel sick, stay home. Norovirus prevention requires some extra attention.
So I think, especially if you have anyone in the family who does have a stomach bug, washing hands with soap and water is really the best and only way to really decrease that risk of contagiousness.
And Dr. Anderson recommends masking in public this season as the respiratory illnesses spike. Plus, he says it's not too late to get your flu and COVID vaccine this season. Minnesota has a clean slate law for adults, which expunges certain criminal offenses from their background. Now the Hennepin County Attorney's Office has expanded the process to include juveniles. It's touted as a first-in-the-nation initiative. Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty says criminal records, even for minor cases, can follow youth forever. She says this initiative aims to help remove barriers to jobs and housing. Certain crimes remain excluded from the expungement process, including criminal sexual conduct and gun crimes. The attorney's office is now taking applications to expunge criminal records for people under 18. So far, more than 800 people have applied. Time is winding down for another big box retailer. Party City is closing the rest of its stores, which will impact Maple Grove. Party City has a store in the shops at Arbor Lakes. Its other 9 stores in Minnesota will also close. As reported by national media outlets, stores will shutter February 1st. It's not clear how many Minnesota employees the closures will impact. The companies cited inflation and changes in consumer spending. It's football playoff season, and the Minnesota Vikings are headed to a wild card contest against the Los Angeles Rams. The game is having an impact on and off the field. The games will be played in Arizona due to the wildfires raging in California. Here at home, businesses from Maple Grove to Plymouth are banking on the big game. Kevin Miller has more.
It's kind of like a roller coaster of emotions when you're a fan of the Vikings.
The purple and gold
Got some hope, some simmering hope.
Are the talk of the town.
Classic Vikings, they do so good and then they just poop the bed most years, but I have faith this year. So
These two were walking Main Street in Maple Grove on Friday.
You know, being a Vikings fan, it's hard.
And they're excited to watch the Vikes on Monday. So what are their plans?
I'm just going to be sitting in front of my TV and probably crying.
So just 32 wings, bucket, in front of the TV, just by myself.
Now, if you'd like your tears and food in public...
So it's $1 off all drinks, plus we have probably 10 to 15 different specific happy hour food menu items.
Broadway Pizza is just down the street.
As we continue through the playoffs, and I'm going to say make it to the Super Bowl this year, it's going to be very busy.
He says a Vikings win is good for business.
As the Vikings started playing, it started slow the first game, but it built and built and built and built and built as they played. And I think just the excitement of as well as the Vikings have been doing this year really drives in a lot more people too.
Meanwhile, across town at Loose Line Brewing in Plymouth.
Every time the Vikings score, we do a round of shots for everybody, complimentary. It tends to be more of featuring our beer, seltzer.
They're hoping free samples will bring in football fans.
We just try to get people engaged and people are having fun.
Owner Tim Nauman says they usually aren't open on Mondays, but they're making an exception for this rare game.
It's a really great time. What we think is just a great way to get out of the house, have a fun time, share the experience of the Vikings.
We got it. We got Will Reichard, man. Best kicker ever, bro.
Kevin Miller, CCX News.
The game is at 7 on Monday night at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Losing weight and building muscle are some of the more common New Year's resolutions you'll hear from people. But as Blaine Cleveland reports, fitness experts say there's one other thing people should take into consideration as they work on their health goals: recovery.
Days into the new year, the gym is packed with people trying to get 2025 started on the right track.
Strong pulls.
But cardio and strength training aren't the only components of a healthy lifestyle.
Recovery is huge, and it's only taking off. It's getting more and more popular.
Recovery means helping your body heal, and Lifetime is offering more options for members to help their muscles recover after a tough workout.
So whether that's stretching, foam rolling, massage gun, anything that's going to heal your body and essentially prevent injury, because we don't want to be injured, and recovery is important to make sure that we stay healthy throughout the day.
On this day, Ken Etto of Plymouth took time to recover. First with a massage gun that stimulates blood flow to the muscles.
Press a little gently here.
Then with an assisted stretch, a service Lifetime added within the last year.
It's a form of recovery. If you have those achy joints and you're looking to just move better, assisted stretch will help with those issues.
Ken is recovering from recent spinal surgery.
Yeah.
But he had a goal of getting back into the gym to build back his strength.
I hired Alex here, and he has a good reputation of helping people like me at my age to get back the strength.
Ken is an avid golfer, and ultimately he'd like to get back to playing the game he loves.
Stretching is important. For my age, I'm 78, so it's important to me.
And from a trainer's standpoint, a little stretching can go a long way to improving our workouts and living a healthy life.
That's why recovery is so important, to warm your body up, make sure you're taking your body through different ranges of motion, just so you can prevent injury and can always be better.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
An assisted stretching session can range from $60 to $120, depending on the amount of time.
Two teams that expect to contend in Section 5 4A boys basketball at season's end met up Thursday as Champlin Park visited Maple Grove. Chaz Moots has highlights.
Maple Grove 4-5 on the year and 0-3 at home so far this season. Champlin Park 7-2. Early first half, Maple Grove inside, outside, around the horn. Henry Knutson, one of 3 triples on the night from the junior. Knutson put up 16 points. A couple minutes later, Preston Tilkey spin in the lane finds Gavin Walter, back cut, lay-in, and the foul. Champlin takes back the lead. 3.5 left to play in the first half. Keegan Harney pull-up triple, silky smooth from the 6'3 senior Crimson, up 29-23 at the half. Maple Grove did a great job of sharing the rock. Shot clock winding down on this possession. No panic. Bo Draheim buries the 3. Not long after, it's Babu Ann who ended up with a steal on an inbound pass. He takes it down and sends in a flush on the other end. Maple Grove got up by as many as 17 points with 8 minutes to play. But the Rebels had a rally left in them. Tyler Wagner doesn't need much room to get his shot off. 25 for Wagner, including passing the 1,000 point milestone. Wagner with a nice pass here to Mo Jala. That cut the deficit all the way down to 4 points with 4.5 to play. But when the Crimson needed a bucket, they went to number 4, Harney, the blow by and finish at the rim. That was a nice take to the tin, but not as nice as this. Harney, filthy step back 3 ball, nothing but nylon, give them 25. Crimson with a big win at home, 74-63. In Maple Grove, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
It's been an up and down season for the Maple Grove boys hockey team. The Crimson faced off with Blaine Thursday night. John Jacobson has more.
The Crimson and the Bengals both trying to keep pace with Rogers at the top of the Northwest Suburban Conference standings. No score late in the second period. Maple Grove's Tommy Picconato with a shot. The save is made but not controlled. Jaden Roush bangs home the rebound, and the Crimson lead 1-0 after 2. Maple Grove goalie Zach Price helps hold that lead. Third period stop here for the senior on Blaine's Nate Walrath. And then a few minutes later, Sam Shaughnessy is right out front, and Price with a save on him as well. The teams play on, still 1-0. Blaine pulls their goalie with just over a minute to play, looking for the equalizer, but Wyatt Kuznick gets to the loose puck and scores from the blue line into the empty net. Maple Grove wins 2-0 to improve to 7-6-1 overall, 4-0-1 in the conference. Crimson play at Andover Saturday afternoon. John Jacobson, CCX Sports.
The Totino-Grace and Armstrong Cooper boys hockey teams are each right around the 500 mark this season. The Eagles and Wings met up in New Hope.
Totino-Grace visiting Armstrong Cooper in Northwest Suburban boys hockey. After a Wings turnover, Liam Hamray gets it to Oliver Hay alone in front, and Totino-Grace leads 1-0 early. Less than a minute later, Teet Gladney centers it in the trailer. Dawson Franke tips it in. Armstrong Cooper ties the game up at 1-1. Late in the first, Nolan Mason, a nice pass to Ian Johnson for the backhander. The Eagles are up 2-1 after one period. Second period, and Brady Northrup sneaks a power play shot home from the point as the Wings tie it up, and it stays 2-2 through two periods. The Eagles take control in the third. Mason on the rush with a nice move and buries the shot to give Totino-Grace a 3-2 lead. They tack on an insurance goal, cross ice to Roger Morad, who beats the defenseman to score on a power play. Totino-Grace beats Armstrong Cooper 4-2. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all three of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.